A very good morning, students. So, today we are going to discuss small talk conversations, topics to avoid. If you remember the last class, we did art of conversation, I mean, art of small talk. How can we make conversations interesting and full of different threads? So, today we are going to discuss about the topics to avoid or the mistakes that we usually do whenever we make conversations. So today we are going to study conversation in continuation, because here we are going to study about the topics that we really need to avoid if you really want to make your conversation interesting and without any problems, or you can say without any arguments. Students, there are certain topics that we really need to avoid when we want to make interesting and fun conversations. Why? Because at the end of the day, conversations are supposed to be interesting and full of different threads. That should not involve any kind of argument or any kind of heated environment, right? And after understanding the topics that we need to avoid during conversation, we are going to study about the mistakes that we make during our conversations. So, what are those mistakes and how to overcome that fear, or how to sort of reduce those mistakes whenever you're making conversations? So, let's start with the topic today, that is topics to avoid and the mistakes during conversation. So that is what we are going to study, topics to avoid and mistakes during conversation. As you're considering what to talk about when you are having small talk, you want to make sure the conversation stays light and relatively uneventful. If you remember in the last class, I gave 4 guidelines in order to be a great conversationalist. And one of them was you need to make the conversation fun and interesting. It should not sound very serious. And second thing, that it should not sound very boring, right? So here topics to avoid helps you in order to keep the conversation staying light, to keep the conversation light, and your conversation should stay light and relatively uneventful. I mean, the moment when both the parties are leaving, both the parties should be relaxed and calm, right? Nobody should feel bad or upset after ending the conversation. So you don't want to cause an argument of any kind or make people want to leave the conversation. To avoid making anyone feel uncomfortable, don't talk about. Now we are moving further about the worst topics that we need to avoid during conversation. And then later on, we are going to discuss about the mistakes and how to overcome them, how to reduce those mistakes that usually we people are doing while making conversation. So let's understand with this first topic that we need to avoid while making conversation, which is financial. Okay, we know that it's really excited, and we sort of sometimes feel very curious about knowing someone's financial details, or someone's financial background, right? But asking personal financial questions of people that you have just met is inappropriate. For example, you are meeting somebody for the first time, students. So at that time, being curious about their financial details, that is not a good idea. Say for example, you're going somewhere for interview, right? Or you have just joined any organization, you're meeting somebody who's also a new recruitee or a new employee, just the joinee. So at that time, in that curiosity, you're just asking the joinee about the salary package. That is also not a good option, or you can say that is also not a good idea to start a conversation. Remember that not everyone is comfortable in revealing their financial details to others. So it is fine to ask what someone does for work. That's perfectly fine. You can talk about someone's profession. That is not a bad idea. But asking about someone's financial details at first, or in your initial meeting, is not a good idea. What the positive aspects are of that career, you can talk about, but do not ask questions about salary. As I said, because not everyone is so comfortable in revealing that. Most people will find this question intrusive and inappropriate. So it's better not to take that risk in order to start a conversation with someone. Avoid financial details. Let's move on to the another topic that we really need to avoid, that is politics. Now, what is the problem with politics? I know that we feel very happy, or you can say very excited, when people talk about their favorite party, or you can say when they talk about their favorite leader, and we sort of oneself feel very motivated when we talk about or share our views and opinions about the party, winning party, or the party we support, we follow, or the followers uh, of that particular party. We talk about all those things. What will happen to the politics now? What will be the future? So we talk about politics a lot, no doubt. But why it is considered to be as one of the topics that really needs to be avoided? Why? Because the problem with talking about politics is that you never know who is in the crowd may have strong opinion. So that's why it is not considered to be a safe topic. I can understand that, yes, we if we want to support someone, yes, you can. Nobody is denying that you should somewhere follow what others think, right? See, it's up to us. It's completely up to us. What you like, I may not be liking it, but I like, you might not be liking it. So we can't love everything, right? You can support some party, you can support a particular minister, you can say you can support a particular leader. There's no issue in that. So, but the point here is we all can support whom we want to, but you never know who in the crowd may have strong opinions. If, for example, a person highly emotional about anything, about a particular party or any person, can take it in a very different manner. You might be supporting by your opinions, but the other person then will be in that rush of proving oneself, or will take it uh, things in a very serious manner, or can also change the conversation into an heated argument. So definitely, which is not the idea behind conversations are not supposed to be heated arguments, remember that. So stay away from this topic unless you want to risk ending up in the middle of a heated conversation. So you never know. That's why politics is somewhere considered to be sort of risky. The next topic that we should avoid is religion. Religion is another extremely personal and potential sensitive topic that should be avoided. Like we all know that when we talk about religion, so things are very personal, right? You might be belonging to a particular religion, right? I might be belonging to a particular religion. So when you talk about religion, it's very personal, and it is such a sensitive topic that one should definitely avoid, because you really don't know what kind of emotions are attached to a particular religion. The moment when someone talks about his or her own opinion on a particular religion, or shares something according to his or her own thoughts and feelings about a particular religion, so at that time you might be feeling uncomfortable, right? Because this particular topic is very sensitive. What I might feel about my religion is quite different from your thinking or from your perspective. So you never know how a person will take it. And this topic is highly sensitive. So that's why it should be avoided. It's better to talk about all other simple and easy topics, talk about something really fun and interesting, but not something which can hurt somebody, or you can say which can be very sensitive to someone. So that's why being very personal and potentially sensitive topic, this topic needs to be avoided. So as you must have seen right now, the kind of crisis, the kind of cases which are going on, in between you can also identify some of the cases related to religion only, right? So we can see all those things happening in our society, right? Everywhere. I'm not saying that, this is this is something which is being done by a particular religion or somebody is doing that. Religion is something that can uh, always affect, someone's thoughts or someone's thinking style or anything. So it can be extremely personal and potentially sensitive because somewhere it is related to us. We are attached to the religion from which we belong to. So it is a kind of very personal topic. And if anybody uh, by mistake gets sort of affected or offended by any statement, so this conversation won't remain a conversation. This will be automatically converted into a very heated argument that can also create a serious atmosphere. So that's why it's better to avoid this topic when you want to make a make an interesting and light conversation. The next topic that we need to avoid is death. Why death? Death is another heavy topic that should be avoided during small talk. When you are in the company of strangers, do not bring up emotional topics that have the potential to be upsetting. Remember one thing, students, why death is another heavy topic. Say, for example, you meet someone for the first time, and say you want to make a small talk with any stranger. So if you're talking to that person and you just started talking about any near or dear one's death, or a topic which is really very heavy, that person won't be able to continue the conversation with you. Why? Because this topic is very emotional in itself, and this topic is having the potential to be upsetting. It means it can create the atmosphere which can be full of emotions. It can create such an atmosphere which will be full of seriousness, or you can say which will be full of emotions. So that's why this topic really needs to be avoided whenever you're making conversations or whenever you are having conversations with people. And specifically, if you want to make the conversation very interesting and sort of engaging, this topic is never a good idea to start with. So it's better to avoid death, talking about death during your conversations, because this topic in itself is quite serious, and it can generate or bring up emotional turmoils, or you can say it can generate emotions, and automatically the atmosphere can become very low and serious. Another topic that needs to be avoided during making conversation is age and appearance, right? Why age and appearance? Unless you know someone well, avoid topics related to age and appearance. Do not ask a person's age, although the question might seem simple to you, it can be a hot topic for some. I would like to I would like to discuss, or I would like to explain this particular topic with a very simple example to all of you. Say, for example, it was always, still, I mean, it is. So it has been always, uh, you know, thought, or you can say it has always been said that you should never ask question about age to a lady. You should not, or you should never ask a lady about her age, right? So why usually this is being said? Because it is somewhere considered to be a rude question to ask a lady about her age. I know there is no harm in this. If you will see from your perspective, it is very simple. You're just asking someone's age. But students, you never know how other person will take it, right? So in still, if you will see in today's world, or in our society, or it has always been said that it is never a good idea to ask a lady about her age, because you never know how she's going to answer back, right? This is quite offending also, and it definitely seems to be very simple, but you never know how other person will take it. So do not ask a person's age, although the question might seem simple to you, but it can be a hot topic for some. In addition, avoid question related to appearance also. So it's better not to ask in such a manner. And even if you're asking, the way you ask, that really matters. So in addition, avoid questions related to appearance. Do not comment that someone has lost weight or gained weight. Please, you should never comment on someone's appearance. For example, if you feel somebody is skinny or someone is lean, right? So you should not ask why you are like that. Oh my God, you have actually, you are getting lean day by day. You're losing your weight, right? So oh my God, you have actually put on, how, right? So all these questions, you never know how the person will take it, because it might be, could be taken by n number of things. Could be taken as negative body shaming, could be taken by, you know taken by someone thinking about getting more personal. You never know the reason for weight gain or loss, and could be left in an uncomfortable situation. So when you talk about someone's appearance, say for example weight, so you actually don't know the story behind someone's bodily appearance, or someone's physique. When you don't know the story, so it is never a good idea to ask for the reason, right? Because the person with whom you're having such conversation can feel uncomfortable or sort of offended. So it's better to avoid. Next topic that we need to avoid is personal gossip. While celebrity gossip is fair game during small talk, gossip about people that you know personally is not. It's okay, it's absolutely fine if you, I mean, sort of, talk about B World, Bollywood, or anywhere you talk about movies, or sort of about celebrities. That's fine, still okay during small talk because you enjoy, that's entertainment somewhere. But gossiping about people that you know personally, I think that is something that you should not do. Right? That needs to be avoided. Gossiping about others not only paints you in a bad light, but also you never know who might know each other. Avoid bad mouthing others. That's why if you will see, it is always considered to be a um very bad thing, or a bad manners, you can say, when you gossip about people that you know personally, or sort of a back bitching or a backbiting. Because you never know, say for example, if I'm talking to A and I'm sort of doing a back bitching or a backbiting of B, you never know, A must be knowing B also, or A can be a mutual friend of me and B. So you never know if both of them know each other, and you are also doing backbiting of B in front of A. So that can be a very bad and a very shameful kind of situation for you that you won't be able to face, right? So that's why, in order to avoid such bad situations, or in order to avoid bad, your bad reputation, or in order to save your skin, at the same time in order to save your reputation, in order to be a gentle personality, right? Like for a gentleman and for a lady with a caliber, you should avoid bad mouthing others. This seems to be very good, and it talks a lot of negative stuff about your personality, right? So personal gossiping is never a good idea. in order to make conversations with people. Let's move on to the other topic, which is about offensive jokes that you need to avoid. Save your sensitive jokes for your best friends, or better yet, replace them with jokes that don't have time, place, and restrictions. Right? Okay. I know that humor or a joke is definitely very interesting, right? We all love, we all love, you know, cracking jokes. We all love creating the atmosphere lighter. But see, you never know that sensitive jokes, you know, for your, you can say, best friends. So, best friends, or better yet, replace them with jokes that don't have time and place restriction. So, you never know that, such sensitive jokes about about anybody in front of the strangers specifically. So, you never know how it will it will change into any negative conversation, or anybody can feel bad, or can feel offensive, can be offended after after listening to that particular thing. So if you don't know, please, it's better not to take that risk in public. Please never talk, never crack any offensive jokes, because you never know uh, when wherever you people are making conversation. If you're meeting somebody for the first time, or in a public place, or in such an area where you don't know others very well, so at that time this is never considered as a safe topic to make a conversation with, right? Remember, save your sensitive jokes for your best friends, or better yet, replace them with jokes that don't have time and place restrictions, right? It's okay, humor is absolutely fine, but remember that you are not saying anything or not cracking any offensive joke which is affecting someone, or which is making somebody to feel offended. In particular, making sexist or racist jokes is offensive and a quick way to end a conversation with strangers. Narrow topics. Right? Avoid talking at length about topics that are one sided. Remember one thing, nobody is so much interested in talking, you know, nobody is so much interesting in listening to the topics, those which are having just one single opinion or one single perspective. Say, for example, if I want to talk about a particular movie, but you know this very well, the other person might not be that much interested in the same movie, on the same movie, or on that same area of interest. So definitely other person won't be able to say anything, right? Because not just because you feel that you're highly interested on this particular movie, or on any particular thing, or on your area of interest, so you will keep on talking about. No, because it will, if you remember last time, it was always there that you need to understand that you should not make the conversation boring or just monologue, right? It should be based on a dialogue. Okay. There should not be one person talking, another person will keep quiet. So if no one else has seen the movie, don't go into detail about the plot or the funny scenes, because you never know, that person might not be feeling that much interested, right? Or that might not be the area of interest for that person. Okay. So don't go into detail about the plot of funny scenes, or about anything, about any topic which is your area of interest, or just you are sharing your perspective. Otherwise, it will look like that you only want to talk. The person is not of that much importance for you. Watch for signs that others have lost interest, and find a quick ending to your story. So you should always watch for signs that others have lost interest. Say, for example, if I'm not interested enough, so just watch for those signs. Try to understand the body language. Is the person taking that much interest on you or not? Or just find a quick ending to your story. If you feel it's going long and long, so just try to sum it up. Okay. That's why it is considered to be narrow topics, considered to be a bad idea. that one should avoid, bad topic that one should avoid during conversation. The next that we have is past relationships. Avoid talking about past relationship on a first meeting. Remember that. See, I know that we usually come from such backgrounds where on a first meeting we might feel connected because we are more into collectivistic culture, right? So we feel more connected with people. It's more of the society in which we are connected. But see, when you're meeting somebody for the first time, there's a certain level of disclosure. If you remember in the last session, I talked about self disclosure. Never overshare, neither overshare nor undershare, right? So neither overshare nor undershare means share, but there should be a fine line you need to understand between oversharing and undersharing, right? So past relationship here is not about sharing, oversharing, or undersharing. It's more about the topic, if you will say, right? Past relationships on a first meeting is never considered to be a positive, or you can say the topic that you should talk about, because making comparisons or talking endlessly about a past love is a turn off, or you can say a quick way to ensure that you don't get a second meeting, right? Say for example, if I'm sort of talking about my past relationship, right, anything to somebody, so it seems that you're more interested in the past, you're not actually enjoying the current moment, right? So that sort of a person, it doesn't feel that vibe, or that kind of that interesting vibe. If you remember, I told never make the conversation an interview vibe or a kind of serious vibe. It should be an interesting fun vibe, right? So that fun will be over. It will be more of seriousness and more of talking about the past in spite of talking about the current moment, right? Mistakes during conversation. So let's now start with the mistakes during conversation that we usually make. Okay, so what are those mistakes? Good conversation skills are the foundation of a long lasting relationship, as we all know. How can you develop them? You can start by omitting these 10 most common mistakes in a conversation from your communication bank. Very first, do you speak quickly? So, are you into this habit of speaking quickly whenever someone wants to make or have a conversation with you? So, you are in a brand new situation with a person, right? You are just met. So, it's understandable that you become nervous, right? No doubt you become nervous. Since you didn't have enough time to compose yourself, you blabbered and spoke too much and too fast. And because of this, the person you're talking to was not able to understand any word you have said. What should be the solution? How you're going to deal with situation? Because the person you're talking to wasn't able to understand because you were speaking so quickly, right? So what will be the solution? Solution will be nervousness brings about the common mistakes in a conversation. I hope you can understand this. The nervousness definitely brings about the common mistakes in a conversation. So to combat this, just breathe deeply, right, and smile. It's okay, right? It's okay that you don't need to be perfect all the time. Fine. Just breathe deeply and smile. Assume that the person you're talking to is interested in what you have to say, and put some pauses in your statements. Whenever you talk, try to put some pauses and then try to speak. So at least it sounds understandable. You can understand the situation very well. You're understanding what the person is talking about. So it will be good. Do you ask too many questions? So are you like that who asks too many questions? The conversation sounds like a police interrogation with you asking too many questions and your partner scrambles to answer all of them. As a result, connection is made and no relationship is built. When we are in that urge of asking too many questions, it doesn't sound like you are making a conversation. In fact, it sounds like a police interrogation which is going on, right? So, as a result, what happens? Connection is made, but you are not able to build a relationship. That is again a negative point because conversations are supposed to build networks. Solution: follow this structure, it will definitely help you. Ask a general question, consider his answer, right? Give feedback about his or her answer and then answer the question you have asked. Wait for him to respond. If he replies with a question, good. If he replies with a statement, repeat what he said and wait for him to elaborate. So just give some time. It will definitely help. I hear a statement scripted. I mean, you're going to make a sale. So you memorized your company sales script. So are you like that? Whenever you talk, it sounds like very scripted. I mean, you don't have your own flavor when you're talking. So when you talk or when you make conversations, you sound more scripted. It means that you don't have that flexibility of making conversations easily and comfortably. Even though your conversation partner is not really reacting based on what you have memorized, some confusion arises. Remember, a script won't help you in the long run. You have to develop your conversational skills in order to make conversations fun and interesting. No script will work. Focus on building trust first. That's important. You can never seal a deal if your prospect doesn't rely trust you. Do you hog the spotlight? You walk away too much about yourself, your job, your dreams, and frustrations. Pretty soon, the person you are talking to feels like he just attended a whole day seminar about you. That is also absolutely wrong. Why? Because whenever we make conversations with others, not everybody is that much interested in you. Remember that. So, for example, if you're making conversation with me, so I won't be liking this that you are only talking about yourself. It will feel like that I'm sort of attending a seminar about you and your characteristics. Remember that being your partner in conversation, I also would like to discuss or share my opinions or views about oneself. What could be the solutions? First, ask for your partner's opinion. It's very important and necessary to ask your partner's opinion. See, my favorite topic is about personal finance. How about you? See, remember students, if you remember the last session, I told you one thing. We all love giving and sharing advices. Why? Because we feel that someone is listening to me. So automatically we feel more connected and more happy because someone is asking about our share about our ideas and views. So we automatically feel very happy and very connected to that person. And we all love giving advices. Remember that. Okay. So when you ask someone's advice, it gives some kind of respect to other person. Is your objective missing? You discuss bland topics and end the conversation with no real outcome. Were you supposed to build the trust? Frame to sale, invite a prospect, no one knows. Solution is adult communication is not supervision. Remember that, right? It exists to fulfill a purpose. What type of purpose? Define this first before entering a conversation. So don't hog the spotlight. It's fine. You can talk about yourself, but also give some chance to other person to talk about himself or herself. The next topic is the next mistake that we usually do is, do you have to be right all the time? Are you that kind of a person? Every conversation seems like a battlefield to you. You have to make everyone agree with what you have to say. So you never back down. You're always right and right. Accept the fact that everyone is entitled to his own opinions. You don't need to force them into agreeing with you. They will just choose to walk away from you. Instead, arrogance causes some of these common mistakes in conversation to happen. So stay humble. I mean, that's absolutely fine. Okay, arrogance causes some of these common mistakes in a conversation to happen. Stay humble to someone. For example, if you believe that, okay, I know about law much better than other person, so it doesn't mean that I won't going to respect someone who's going to talk about the same topic, right? Or you feel that I think I'm an expert on this subject, so you sort of try to be right all the time, that no, because I'm an expert on this subject, so I'm right. Please avoid this arrogant nature at that time. Try to be humble, right? And let other person also share his or her opinion. Do you talk about awkward topics with a person you barely know? It happens. Usually we make this mistake when we are meeting somebody for the first time. Remember, not everybody like some kind of your type of interest, topics that interest you, right? Because everybody is different. All of us are unique, right? Each one of us follow a certain kind of psyche. We all are different. So that's why it's important that we are our topics of interest or our areas of interest, they are also different, right? So when you meet somebody, what kind of personality that person is, if you remember the last session, I also discussed that to try to understand the body language of someone, right? Try to understand the style of someone, the language of someone, so you better able to deal with that person who is very serious. A lot of humor won't work over there, right? Or a pinch of humor is always required. A person who doesn't seem to be approachable, a very aggressive person, or having an aggressive tone, so your same tonality or your same vibe won't work over there. What is the solution? Like, hey, I just met you, but listen to me talk about my past relationship, my nagging digestive problems, my balding hair. No, stay away from topics involving religion, sexual relationships, politics, negativity, especially when you have just become acquainted with someone. Focus on safe topics like hobbies, common interest, and the topics of the conference you are into. Right? Talk according to the situation, it will help you. Are you really listening? You are really just waiting for the other person to stop talking so that you can get in your turn, like usually it happens during GD. You are going to wow them with your speaking skills. Who cares what they say? Put your pride on hold and really hear what your talking partner is telling you. Learn to read between the lines, observe his body language, avoid asking yes or no questions, and probe deeper instead. You're there to listen, not to merely hear. So, hope you all remember the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing and listening both are really important. Hearing is more of a physiological process, while listening is more of a conscious process, right? You listen with consciousness and you hear just because of the physiological process. You are there to listen, not to merely, hear. So, fine, let the other person try to sort of vent out emotions, or sort of say whatever they want to. You better be a good listener at that time and understand and observe the body language. Okay, it will help you. You can also probe somebody deeper if the person gives you that platform, not initially, in later meetings. Are you rude to the person you are talking to? Like, you think like, you think you're better than your talking partner, so you don't think about respecting their opinion. Sure, you use polite language and you mind your manners, but your words often and your attitude challenges them. Remember, we all deserve respect. It is always important to respect first. How you communicate is better than what you communicate, right? Respect people. Don't seem to be rude. If your tone is sort of rude, work on that. If your body language is sort of arrogant and rude, work on that. Before you aim to communicate, aim to respect first. Is your body language driving them away? You would like to start communication with people, but no one seems to want to talk to you. Why? Your arms are crossed. Might be you're slouching. Your eyebrows are raised. That's why. There could be a number of reasons. You might be, it seems to be with your body language that you're avoiding the conversation, or you're being casual when somebody is talking to you about a serious matter or anything. So you doesn't seem to be interested. Relax. Communication is all about openness and community, right? The way you cross your legs, the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you smile, your facial expressions, are they real or you faking them? Are they looking interested, or the facial expressions are not appropriate enough? Look at people in the eyes, smile more, maintain eye contact, stand up straight. You got this. Inappropriate subjects for small talk that you need to avoid. Keep things light. Avoid discussing religion or politics, making feel that like you know better or more than they do. So, which do you think is the best religion? No, that's not a good question. Don't ask questions that are too personal. Tell me, Bob, how much money do you earn here? Try to make criticisms. Try not to make criticisms here. Right? Not a good idea. to make an interesting conversation. What do you think of the company's ridiculous decision to promote John in sales? Backbiting, backpitching, and all those things. Never a good idea to make conversations. Quickly have a look on small talk. Don't fidget, look elsewhere, or wonder if while someone else is talking. Not good idea. Don't listen in on conversations you are not a part of. Don't interrupt when someone else is talking. Don't whisper in front of other person. Don't whine, brag. Don't ask personal questions such as how many things cost, why someone looks or dresses the way they do. No, you don't have that right. Don't point or stare. Don't argue about things that are not important. Right? Don't point or stare at someone, and specifically whenever bad habit, even in the public place. Small talk topics that you can really talk about. There's so many topics that you can talk about. Education, talk about work, food, weather, TV programs, future plans, interest and hobbies. These are very interesting. What's going on nowadays in your work, right? What is so exciting about education, about future plans, about vacations? We love talking about adventures. Talk about beautiful trips, adventures, vacations, birthday plans, travel plans. Talk about the hot potato right now, hot topics right now, right? National, international, business sort of movies, interesting and fun novels, books, which are going on, movies nowadays, sports, recent activities or experiences that you might be doing. The best small talk topics are those to which everyone can relate and that have no potential to offend. On the other hand, the worst small topics alienate, create discomfort, and quickly end the conversations. So it's better to avoid them. With this note, thank you so much, student. We are done with the conversations, both art of making small talk and the topics that needs to be avoided. Along with that, we have also covered mistakes that we make during conversations and respective solutions. With this note, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. All the best.